Hey, party people. We're going to work on triadic color schemes today. Originally, this footage was shot for my Patreon class, but I re-edited it from scratch. Took the raw footage and re-edited it from scratch, specifically for my YouTube audience. You know, y'all's needs are a little bit different. And because, number one, y'all still need to learn triadic color schemes. I don't have any videos on complex color schemes on my YouTube channel. This whole photo shoot was so amazing. So I did want to talk about triadic color schemes with you. And number two, I wanted to show you give you a little peek as to what we're doing in the color class on Patreon. Oh, I like that. So at the end of this, if you want to learn more about the basics of color theory as applied to fashion design, you can check out my color theory playlist here on YouTube. And if you want to deep dive a little more into color theory as applied to fashion design, you can check out my color class at patreon.com/Zoe Hong and join us at the fashion design and illustration tier. I'm tired, so I'm gonna do a little cheat. I'm gonna do a little cheat sheet and use some of the paints that I have. Of course, you are also welcome to cheat and use some colors you have just hanging out if that's going to help you move things along, okay? But the first so what is a triadic color scheme? Let's start there. Triadic color schemes are color schemes consisting of three colors, three hues that are equidistant from each other on the color wheel. Okay, so red, yellow, and blue is one triadic color scheme. They have red, 3 skips, yellow, 3 skips, blue, 3 skips, red. And it's tint, shades, and tones, not mutes, because then you're introducing another color. It will probably help you to mark. Okay, so if it helps you to mark that, go ahead and do it. It probably will. It took me a while before I was able to just kind of like look at a wheel and sort of figure out where to put things. So yellow is here. And, you know, keep your color wheels around so you can just kind of put them next to each other. Have a little scrap piece of paper so you can test colors. That's pretty good. So here's my red. And here's my blue. So this is your primary triad, red, yellow, blue. You probably learned this in grade school already. And your secondary triad is orange, purple, and green. Again, equidistant from each other. Orange, bop, bop, bop. Violet, bop, bop, bop. Green. Now, these are fairly commonly known, okay? We have 2 tertiary triads that are less well known. Basically, we're just going to swivel. So what we want is red-orange, okay, 1 up from red, yellow-green, which is 1 away from yellow, and blue-violet, which is 1 away from blue. So this is blue, here's our blue-violet. Okay, and that is one of our tertiary color schemes. Have a little blue-violet swatch there. You could do that for the violet as well. Add a little orange to my red to get my red-orange. And here's my yellow-green. And this is actually one of my favorite color schemes. Like, I really like this. And then our last one, we're going up from your secondaries. That's really not how they're made. It's just an easy way to look at them, okay? So here's my yellow-orange. That's not orange enough. Better. Better. Red-violet, okay? 1 up from violet. And then blue-green, 1 away from green. And I think that one is really fun and pretty as well. So these are your 4 triadic color schemes. Now let's look at some fashion before we make our own color stories. So red, yellow, blue, there are primaries. That's our first sort of colors that we learn. They're pretty much included in any like beginner 8-piece marker pack, crayon pack. And we have a lot of like childhood associations with them because they're the first colors that we learn. And they do look not childish, but youthful, especially in their most saturated state. It's also why we see them a lot in superhero costumes, blue, yellow, red. Think about Superman and Supergirl and their blue suits with the red and yellow lettering, logo stuff. So it's got superhero vibes, it's got childhood memory vibes, it's childhood toys, and so it has a very youthful, exuberant attitude towards it. And that is how a lot of designers, fashion designers, graphic designers, they use this color story to create that youthful exuberance, okay? But of course, I mean, look at that. I mean, it's like youthful exuberance in a highly tailored suit. Look at how fun this is, okay? This is also fun, whereas the silhouettes and the textures and everything, it would read completely different in a different color story. If this was all neutrals, it would be like retro and soft. No, okay? But you can switch things up to make things look different. Like here's one where you add a tint of the red, so the pink really kind of, it doesn't make you immediately think childhood superhero vibes, but it has like really bright colors and it's fun and it's playful. It still has those primary associations. Here's one where the blue and the yellow are desaturated enough to give it a bit more of like an offbeat feel, but still look fun. Look at that, okay? Very desaturated red, some bright blues, and a yellow. But this is also using a triadic color scheme, and it's a little bit fun. The cardigan is a little bit quirky, but it really tones down the bright contrast. This is Victoria Beckham's pre-fall 2024, where she used the red, yellow, blue, but more sophisticated with shades and tints of red and tints of yellow so that it's very soft, and then pops of blue. So if you want to see it in a collection, go check out Victoria Beckham pre-fall 2024. This is another take on red, blue, and yellow, Moschino pre-fall 2024, with these beige camel yellows, this red leather, and then a navy, cobalt, not quite navy, dark blue. Here's a fun take with a little bit of pink and a baby blue. Here is orange, green, and purple, violet, whatever. And for all of you music lovers out there, to me, designing with a secondary triad is a little bit like composing or playing a song in a minor key, okay? It adds a little edge, a little twist, okay? You know, minor keys are often known as having like a melancholic sort of note to it. It just makes the song just a little different, and I feel that with secondary color schemes, okay? But they are very common as well, okay? A lot of options. And you know, some of these, they kind of tip a little blue or green and a little yellow or green, but it's like in that family. And then here we have a few of these red, violet, yellow, orange, blue, green sort of things. Look at this interior. Just wow. Like, I would not paint my house like this, but I would absolutely love to stay at a hotel that looks like this. This is beautiful. Here's a gorgeous print that are using these colors with some shades in here of the green and the red violet. Okay, and There's some red in here where you've kind of like mixed the red and the red violet and the yellow orange a little bit, but it is still overwhelmingly this triadic color scheme. Here's another interior where there's a lot of colors going on, but the predominant colors are this tertiary triad. Look at this little pastel dress. This is from Moschino, little heart pockets. This one is a little bit bluer red violet, but I would say that, I don't know, it's not quite violet to me. It's a little pinker than that. This is cute. I love a fun sock. I don't actually wear fun socks. I like them on other people. I have like old lady feet, so I wear like the comfiest, cushioniest, nothing rubs my toes funny socks. But this is a look. I love it. There's that pastel pink and blue green again. And there are actually little bits of pale gold in the print. You see that? This is fantastic because we are using predominantly the yellow orange and the blue green. And then there's like pops of pink in the print, in her hair. Love this couple. This whole photo shoot was so amazing. And then these are the only two I could find that like really showed off this color story. Here it is with yellow green, red orange, and blue violet. I love this color combination. I will probably use it for one of my print project modules. And this one, you start getting a little bit of blue in there with the crisscrossing, and you could say, oh, it's kind of like muting because all woven plaids create a little bit of muting because of, you know, the crisscrossing of colors. But the main colors are this red, orange, and this blue violet you're seeing in here. And then you have these kind of yellow green stripes that are a little duller, but are frequent. They're here, 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 like everywhere. But I think these two really illustrate kind of the range, like super bright to desaturated. Do I want a salmon color? I don't know. I'm just messing around now. And I encourage you to mess around. And if you do a bunch of these color stories, more power to you because it's going to help you understand the potential of these color stories even more. I actually really like that. It's weird, but it's like a combination that works. I don't know. I super like that. But I love a weird color combination, you know, which is why I had originally liked Pierpaolo's Valentino so much. You know what? I called it because I was saying how the last couple of Valentino collections were really tired and there was nothing new, and it kind of looked like he was tired of designing. And then boom, he's like, oh, I'm leaving Valentino. It's like, yeah, you probably were planning that, or you were so tired of designing for the house, your collections looked weak and sad. Which, I'm not dissing him. There are so many Valentino collections I've loved, and I've loved his strange, acidic, a sorbet-ish sort of color stories. If you watch my runway reviews on YouTube, you know that from older collections. But the past few have been uninspired. But anyway, that to me is like a very Valentino color story from his heyday. And I really like it. Like this weird salmon coral color is so something he would do. And also something I would do. I love it. Anyway, let's do one more. I'm going to do these ones because they're kind of newer to most people. So let's play with these. I just really like this. Maybe I just need like the tiniest bit of black. Just like make it a little dull. Yeah, just like a little dull. A little dull. Y'all, I love color so much. I don't know if you picked up on that during these lessons. I kind of want to dull this down. I don't want it to be exactly the brightest for this. Okay, maybe that's a little too dull. See, this is like, to me, the worst of the red violets. It's either got to be just a little bit dull or like super dull so that it's bordering gray. And maybe I just want the super dull bordering on gray because that's not something I do very often. So it's kind of fun to play with that. Oh, I like that. I like that so much. I actually really like it with just plain old blue. I mean, this could be bluer. My original blue violet could be bluer, to be honest with you. Okay? So, I'm just gonna... It's nice. It's nice. Maybe a little black. Just a little. Yes. Mm. You know, I want you to pay attention. I have a variety of values in these. I have dark, middle, and light. Okay, this one is like a little on the dark side of light, but it's not. There's definitely a variety of values in there. I have a variety of cool and warm tones. And I have some saturated colors like here. And I have some really desaturated colors. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Okay. And that's it for Triadic color schemes. Drop your questions below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new today. Drop your video requests below. Check out my Patreon at patreon.com/Zoe Hong. And I will see you in the next video.